Ayo, what is gonna be? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see, we're back at it with another tier list. So make sure if you guys enjoy or are excited, smash that like button down below, as well as subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, working towards that 10k subscribers. It would really mean a lot if you guys could go ahead and smash that sub button. So without further ado, let's hop into it. We're going to have the point guards, small forwards, shooting guards, and power forwards all linked down below as well if you guys want to check those out. And yeah, let's just get it started with our first guy, Diamond Alonzo Mourning, who actually, you know, not terrible, not terrible. Has 2 Hall of Fame badges, which is nice post move, lockdown, and rim protector, which are beautiful. Has some amazing defensive badges. Even has, you know, break stutter, dream shake, post pick technician, all really nice, and some good finishing. The one thing you can't really do with this Alonzo Mourning really is shoot or move too well. He is a little bit slow, I will say that, but his defense is amazing. His post game is on some real good levels right there, and his finishing is pretty decent as well. Also has a 97 contest shot and block shot as well for his tendencies. The big negative is that he has a horrid jump shot, like horrid jump shot. So not only does he not have a great jump shot, it's also slow. It's the same one as like a Dennis Rodman, Tony Allen type thing. So you know it's definitely not great. But I do think that Alonzo Mourning very solidly sits into the B tier. He may not be, I guess, the most offensively gifted card, only being, you know, a post guy and I guess dunker, you know, lob threat. But still, I don't think putting him below B is really fair at all. Like, he's got to be there. Next up, we got Al Horford. Al Horford, probably one of my favorite cards, I would say, just because he's an all-around demon, man. He's 6'10", and he can just do a little bit of everything for you, but is slow. Like, he has an amazing set of defensive badges, even has bronze clamps, so I'm pretty sure if you upgrade that, you can get it up to gold, and that'll be amazing. But even with just bronze, I think it's very solid. His post game is super nice. He has some really nice shooting badges as well, if I'm being honest. Has gold hot 700 like off rip, which is beautiful. And overall, it's just really, really nice. 80 contest shot, 70 block shot tendency. His hard foul is a little bit high, which I don't like. But overall, he's definitely like not bad at all, like not bad by any means, and I think his all-around ability really helps him out. Now his jump shot isn't great, but it's not absolutely horrid. I think Al Horford is definitely above a Alonzo Mourning card just for his all-around ability, and although not having a great jump shot, still being a capable shooter because he has that 83-point rating, so I'm gonna have to throw him on there into A. Next up, we have Donald Foyle. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, but has the same jump shot as a Al Horford, but has a 25 3-point shot and a 45 mid-range. He can't really dunk. His playmaking is absolutely horrid. His defense is the only thing, I guess, that kind of saves him, with an 87 interior and a 90 block. Decent rebounding. No gold badges. Tendencies are pretty not great. And again, animations are just horrible. He's getting his ass down into D tier. He's not a good card. Out of all the token market cards that you could pick up, he is probably one that I would never recommend you to grab, like, at all. Next up, we got Willis Reed, my guy. And I've seen a lot of people not exactly give Willis Reed the love that he deserves because he can't shoot the greatest, and I feel like that is probably one of the worst things that you could do, because Willis Reed is probably the best defender next to Ben Wallace when it comes to just paint defense and really locking it down there, and even has a killer mid-range with an 88 right there, as well as gold hot 100 and catch and shoot and pick and popper as well. So a mid-range demon, and his defense is just otherworldly. Now the one thing, doesn't have clamps, but 95 standing dunk, 85 driving dunk, amazing post game, is faster than I think everybody that we've talked about so far. Has an 87 contest shot, 87 block shot tendency, a significantly better jump shot than Al Horford. Alonzo Mourning with jump shot 22. It's a jump shot that, like, they give to guards, which is pretty nice. So I think Willis Reed is definitely at least into A tier. There's an argument for sure to be made that he could be S tier, but I think at least B is for sure where he lands. But overall, very, very, very solid card that is not getting the love that he deserves by any means. By any means. Next up, we have Vlade Divac, who, again, very solid card. 7'1" to 7'5" wingspan and 16 gold badges, and he's meant to be offensive. Now, he's slow as hell. He can kind of shoot the 3-ball, though, has a 69 with a coach boost that'll get up to the 70 minimum rating that you need to be a capable shooter. Has an 85 standing dunk, some good post game, some decent defense, although not great. And his rebounding is 90 in both stats, but he actually doesn't have any form of rebound chaser at all, which is really going to hurt him. So, well, he's a good playmaker, he's a good postman, and can even shoot a little bit. The no rebound chaser, I feel like, is a cap off between C and D tier, and I feel like he's probably gonna have to land a C for me. Vlade Divac, if you're looking for an offensive center, is great at that. But if you're looking for, I think, an all-around center that's really gonna give you a lot, like Alonzo Mourning, he's gonna give you everything but shooting. I feel like we're going to have to move Vlade down a little bit. Next up, Vin Baker, probably one of the worst token market cards when it comes to the Amethyst tier. 6'10", which is nice, and a 7'3" wingspan. It's definitely not too bad. He's got a lot of decent gold badges, has that 73-point rating, so he can at least shoot a little bit, has a good post game, a little bit slow, but the defense isn't exactly amazing. It's not bad, but it's not great. You know, he's just overall a meh card. He's not really somebody that I'm jumping to use. His tendencies are okay. His jump shot's decent. His dribbling move's decent. Like, everything about him just kind of screams, I'm good, kind of. Like, to me, like, decent. Decent. So I feel like, you know what, we'll throw him in between C and B tier. I mean, he's like one of those cards where I really don't have a strong feeling about where he is, but I have a strong feeling about the fact that I don't really care about where he goes. Next up, we got Sven Nader, who is a pretty decent card. Now, he's free from the triple threat offline rewards. I think he comes out of the vault, which is pretty nice, and has 4 pretty decent Hall of Fame badges: box, rebound chaser, cross key scorer, and putback boss. And that's really what Sven Nader does, is he gets rebounds and dunks the ball with a little bit of post game. Like, that's really kind of his thing. He's got a 79 mid-range, so he can still shoot a little bit, but no shooting badges. So you're really just relying on the fact that you know his release or can center your shots, which isn't bad at all. His tendencies, again, don't really help him out too much, but again, just kind of like a lob threat with some good rebounding. So I'm gonna put him B. I really don't think I could put him anything higher. If I had to say, he'd probably be the low end of B tier, but he's still a solid card and can still do a lot of things really, really well. He's just not my cup of tea, I guess. Next up, we got Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal, solid card, especially after Evo once you get him to Ruby. I feel like, again, this one's a conversation between A and B tier. Obviously, because I didn't get this card myself, Shaquille O'Neal, I don't know the exact stats that he gets, but he is a pretty decent card whenever I face him. He doesn't exactly take over the game from me, and his shooting is basically non-existent. So as you get with Shaq, it's just good defense, good dunking ability, and rebounding, really. So I think I want to put him, yeah, again, I think I want to put him B. You know, he's got good rebounding, he's got good finishing, but the not even having a threat of a midi is a little bit tough. I feel like eventually once we get, you know, an Amethyst Shaq that's got like a 75 mid-range, definitely going to be significantly better, because Shaq's one of the best back to the basket bigs that we got. He needs a card with a bit of a midi in order to do a little bit. Next up, we have Sam Perkins, who is a very, very solid card. Sam Perkins is basically Brook Lopez. You know, he's got a little bit shorter height, but just has amazing shooting badges to help him out. He can rebound pretty well with the silver rebound chaser and nice rebounding stats. He's got good post game. He's got a good shot with 87.3. He's a little bit slow, I will say that, but has the Brook Lopez base. But his defensive tendencies definitely are lacking a bit. I know a lot of people love this card. You know, maybe want to even put him S tier, but for me, he's kind of like there just to play stretch, but he's undersized and his defense really doesn't feel too great. So I think A tier is kind of the max that I can put him at. It's kind of like a toss-up between these two. Like for Willis Reed, you're picking him up because you want that defense with a little bit of shooting in that mid-range. Sam Perkins, you're picking him up because you want to be able to spread the floor and shoot the 3-ball, but are going to be lacking a little bit on the defensive end. It's kind of it's a toss-up between the two. Next up, we have Ryan Hollis, who I actually was so surprised at how well he played and was even my starting center for quite a while, because he was just so nice. 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, has 9 gold badges, including gold rebound chaser, a bunch of good defensive badges, some really nice finishing. A little bit slow, decent mid-range. I think Ryan Hollis, when the game was first kind of playing, day 1, maybe even week 1, it was probably up into the A tier. But I think as time has gone on, I would put him either C or B tier. I feel like if I'm going to have Shaq up in there, I could have Ryan Hollis, but Shaq does have more badges, and Ryan Hollis is a good defender, but is a bit of a pup in the paint. Really can't handle the drop step too well, so I think I am going to throw him in there. He's got the badges for it, but doesn't really have any sort of intimidator, only on bronze, so Ryan Hollis, I'm going to have to move down. Next up, Rick Smits, who is always a beast just because he is a massive man at 7'4" with a 7'7" wingspan. Like, my god, my guy is tall. Has some decent finishing badges, but nothing crazy, and not even that great at finishing stats. Really, he's kind of just like a postman. You're going to post hook like to the death, even though he doesn't have any sort of hook badge, but you could add it to him. Like, add deep hooks, man. I have the Hoff badge. If I were to throw it on Rick Smits, he would probably be one of the most overpowered cards in the game. Has awesome, amazing defensive badges, some really good rebounding. And again, the post stats are really good, and he even has a decent midi. You're not really going to be spraying it like that with him, but it's actually pretty high quality. I think I'm going to throw him into the B tier. I would rather have somebody like Al Horford who can do it all, somebody like Willis Reed who's a bit quicker, who can rebound just as well, play defense just as well, and again, gives me just a little bit more, or Sam Perkins, who can just, spread the 3-ball a little bit. And next up, we have PJ Brown, one of my favorite cards that we have at the center position, because my man PJ Brown is the reason that I beat all-time domination along with David DeBusschere. 7'1" with a 7'1" wingspan, 17 gold badges, has Intimidator on gold, brick wall, box, moving chalk, post move lockdown, rebound chaser, rim protector, all of the big ones, and even silver pogo stick, some great rebounding stats, awesome post game, like badge-wise, but not exactly stats-wise, which is interesting, and some nice finishing. He was a beautiful lob threat. He could hit the occasional midi with a pretty decent jump shot, and had some nice tendencies. Now, his hard foul is very high, but his contest shot was really good, and that helped me out quite a bit. And because his hard foul is higher than his low foul, he would get flagrants like once every 2 games or something like that, but then wouldn't get too many fouls in the actual game, which was a weird thing to go against. But PJ Brown for me is A tier. I absolutely love him. The occasional midi was beautiful, the defense was great, and his rebounding ability was just superb, like superb. And next up, we got Nate Thurman, S tier easily. I mean, Nate Thurman is kind of like one of those cards that is always amazing in the beginning of the year of the 2K cycle and then slowly fades out as time goes on. But this Nate Thurman right now has 2 Hall of Fame badges, an Intimidator and Rim Protector, 2 of the biggest badges that you could have at the center position. Has Post Move Lockdown, Pogo Stick, Rebound Chaser, Clamps, all on gold. Even has Pick Dodger and Pickpocket as well. Even though his perimeter defense is low, he still is a clamp god on the perimeter. Has some pretty nice post game. The post fade isn't there, but the post hook and moves are pretty well up there. 97 standing dunk, 85 dropping dunk. Can hit the occasional midi with that 70, and the defense, again, is just absolutely insane. Now, the one thing about Nate Thurman is his foul tendency is high, but has a 95 contest shot, an 85 block shot, has a decent jump shot, some decent animations. Overall, it's just the defensive ability that he gives you is just otherworldly, being able to actually stretch it out onto some of those, perimeter guys with that gold clamps. Next up, Marc Gasol, his emerald card from the beginning of the year, who gave me some problems going for challenges with him because he is just so damn slow. Only has 1 gold badge, which is catch and shoot. His defense is supposed to be good, but it doesn't feel that great. He has no sort of rebound chaser. His post moves are good. He can shoot a little bit. He can finish a little bit. He can do a little bit of everything, but can't do everything well. D tier for this Marc Gasol. In the beginning of the year, when he first came out, pretty nice. One of the only stretch bigs that we had. At this point, I'd rather shoot myself in the foot probably than use him, but he's still not bad. Next up, we have Kristaps Porzingis, and with the amount of people that use this card, oh my lord, you would know what tier he's going into. He has 2 Hall of Fame badges, Pick and Popper, and Pump Fake Maestro. Also has gold catch and shoot, has the Brook Lopez base, one of the best ones in the game at this point in the year. But the massive L of this Kristaps Porzingis is the fact that he doesn't have rebound chaser. But because he's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, he rebounds amazing anyway. Has an awesome shot 3 of an 82, has amazing post game, awesome rebounding stats, and some solid defense. He plays better defense and rebounds better than his stats would suggest. His tendencies aren't amazing, but just with how great his animations are, how great he can finish at the basket, being 7'3", Kristaps Porzingis for me is S tier. Like, this card is gorgeous, and I know it's a very bold statement, but once you use him, you will understand how great that Kristaps Porzingis card is. And talking about Kristaps Porzingis, we have his Sapphire, who again is just as good, but the badges are significantly worse. We don't have any Hall of Fame badges. We don't have gold catch and shoot anymore. The defensive badges are even less. Post game is still there. Shooting is still there. Brook Lopez base is obviously still there. Tendencies are still bad. I would have to say the Sapphire Kristaps Porzingis is a shout between B and C tier because his badges are absolutely horrible, and I think I'm going to have to move him into the C tier because although he has a bunch of really good positives, his negatives are just so large that I don't think I can put him down there because, you know, all of these guys are going to play better defense and still give you relatively good offense. His main benefit is just that he can shoot, and that's really about it, which is tough. But, you know, it is what it is. Next up, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, my guy. His Amethyst that drops from the Clutch set. And he's actually a really solid card. One Hall of Fame badge in deep hooks, which is stupid overpowered because he has a 94 post hook and the best post hook animation you could have. Amazing defensive badges: Intimidator, Moving Truck, Brick Wall, Box, Rebound Chaser. Biggest ones that you need in a 90 interior defense. Has some awesome finishing stats. Has post recognition and Dream Shake. So if you're a post god, you can get him. And has an 84 shot mid with jump shot 21, which is super solid jump shot. So he's still definitely capable of spreading the floor a little bit. They can't fully off ball on Kareem because the AIs, when they drop so much, contesting back is stupid hard. So if they do drop on Kareem from the mid range, he is going to cash that every single time if you know what you're doing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, very, very, very solid card, and I think still worthy of the A tier. As time goes on, definitely is going to fall down because of his lack of shooting, but it's still stupid solid. Next, we have John Koncak. I think that's how you say it. Hopefully, that's how you say it. If not, well, it's okay. And 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan. He can't shoot at all and really can only play defense, and he's slow. So the thing with John Koncak that you're going to be using him for is getting some boards and playing some defense. But in saying that, he still is definitely worthy of the D tier. If you're on the Emerald token market, you need a center. Just play a little bit of defense. He's definitely your guy. But overall, there's a lot better cards that you could use. Next up, we have Joel Embiid, who is actually one of my favorite cards. Again, moving throughout the tiers, but like I've said constantly with a lot of these cards that drop in the beginning sets, they just don't have any badges on gold that would really boost them up. Now, Embiid has a 90 contest shot and a 90 block shot tendency, which is amazing, but his foul tendency is very high. Has some good defense, has some good rebounding, but no rebound chaser. Good post game, but again, the badges just don't love him. His stats are great, his tendencies are pretty good, but no gold badges. I think I have to throw him into the B tier. I really can't put him any higher. Next up, we have Diamond JaVale McGee. I mean, this guy is an amazing defender, can shoot the mid-range very, very well. Is an insane finisher at the basket. A tier, I think, is solid for JaVale. Solid for JaVale. And next up, we have Hakeem Olajuwon, who might leak into one of my more controversial takes on here, but I think Hakeem Olajuwon isn't that amazing of a card. He is like Kristaps Porzingis in the fact that he doesn't have any sort of rebound chaser or pogo stick. So, well, he's going to play good defense because of the other gold badges that he has. There's a limit to how great that defense is going to be. And his rebounding, while the stats are insane, he doesn't have any rebound chasers, so he's probably not going to get them too great. Can hit the occasional midi, has a good post game, has decent defense. Again, has awesome tendencies, that 97 contest shot, 97 block shot, but his release is absolutely horrible, so the odds of you actually getting those mid-ranges off probably aren't too high. And to me, Hakeem Olajuwon is a very B tier card. I wasn't a fan of him last year very much until they gave him, the juiced up shooting, and I'm still really not a fan of him this year. Next up, George Mikan. This one's easy. Probably the best stretch big next to Kristaps Porzingis that we have in the game. His post game is absolutely insane. If you run the pick and pop with him, it is just beautiful. Even the pick and roll, get those mismatches, and in the post, he is going to kill it for you every time. Ethan Thomas, get down to C tier. I mean, he can't do anything great, man. He doesn't even have an 80 overall in either offense or defense. He's not a guy that I'm trying to use. Boogie Cousins, easy for me. Going into B tier for sure. Boogie Cousins, oh my god, I'm having such trouble speaking, is just amazing because he has amazing offense, but the defense definitely is a little bit lackluster. He can rebound well because he's got super rebound chaser, and the post game is absolutely insane. If you want to finish at the basket and hit the occasional three, DeMarcus Cousins is definitely your guy, but he is stupid hard to get because he's in those promo packs that you get from pre-ordering, so it is a little bit tough, beware. And next up, we have Brook Lopez, who is either an A or an S tier. I'm going to put him on the A tier because I feel like him and Sam Perkins are kind of like fighting for that stretch big spot, but Brook Lopez, because of his base and that 73-point shot, I mean, I swear to God, he shoots so much better than you would think. And I know some people may look at the normal Brook Lopez card and think he's not that great, but once you get him up to Evo, he's absolutely insane. He's 7 foot, 7'5" wingspan, one of the best jump shots in the game, some great rebounding, some great defense, amazing post game, some awesome animations. I absolutely love him. For sure worthy of the A tier, like by far. Next up, Bob Lanier, who really his only flaw is that he can't shoot. So if you like shooting centers, he's definitely not your guy. But the thing is, he has a 94 midi, so like Willis Reed, you're fine. You know, amazing post game, amazing finishing, got some really good defense, and has gold rebound chase, which is nice. Now, we are missing things like Intimidator, post move lockdown, pogo stick, which I think are really big for a center to have. But his finishing is absolutely insane. His back down Punisher, contact, and relentless, all on Hall of Fame, as well as some really nice badges as on top of that, they're gold that I didn't name. Has contest shot, block shot, both of 81 tendency. Release, iffy, I will say that, which is why his mid-range isn't as good as you would think it is. But Bob Lanier really can't be anything lower than A tier at this point in the year. He's just absolutely amazing. Solid card. And next up, we got our guy, Bill Walton. Come on, Bill Walton, 6'11", 7'3", wingspan. Is a good postman and good defender, but that's really all you get with him. With Bill Walton, you're going to play in the post, you're going to be able to play make a little bit, you're going to have some defense, you're going to have some rebounding, and that's really all he gives you. He's really slow. His jump shot isn't too bad. His animations are okay. His tendencies are pretty good. But again, to me, with this Bill Walton card, I would definitely rather pick up Rick Smits. If I had Shaquille O'Neal, I'd use him. If I had Alonzo Mourning, I'd use him because he does the same thing. If I had Hakeem, I would use him. I'm going to put him in the C tier. Bill Walton doesn't impress me, really, at all. Now, when it comes to Bill Laimbeer, I'm very, I guess, conflicted about where I would rank him, because if you guys don't know, NBA 2K Lab does a lot of tests on the jumpers, and with Bill Laimbeer, his jump shot is actually stupid solid. At a 93-point rating, he actually has a 92 total make percentage, which is amazing, and then has a, I think, really high rating as well at the 80. But the thing is with Bill Laimbeer is he doesn't really have that great of 3-point rating. So although his total make percentage is amazing, he does have an 85 shot 3. So you're not going to get up to that, absolutely insane make percentage that you get with the higher rating. But I think he's really solid. He's got silver clamps already and has amazing defense, really good post game. But the one thing I will say is with the Bill Laimbeer jump shot, although it is amazing for total makes, it's a stupid slow jump shot. So although you're going to make them when you get them off, the problem is that if you get them off. So that's kind of the hindrance that I get with Bill Laimbeer. It's kind of like one of those toss-up kind of things. I'm going to throw him into B tier because I think until he gets some, off shooting badges and things like that with that 93-point rating, he's not that amazing, but it's definitely up there. And next up, we have Ben Wallace, another one of the cards that I see so much disrespect going to, like Willis Reed. This Ben Wallace is the best defender in the game when it comes to being in the paint. He has Hoff Intimidator, post move lockdown, and rebound chaser. Every time I've gone up against this Ben Wallace, because I don't have him, he out rebounds the hell out of me. He always clamps me the hell up, and I never can get buckets with my center. And he dunks all over my head, especially putback dunks, everything. Now, he can't shoot, he can't play make, he can't do any of that, but he can get rebounds, he can play insane defense, and he can finish at the basket with the best of them. Now, I'm not going to put him into S tier because I definitely think Thurman, Mikan, and Kristaps are for sure better, but in saying that, Ben Wallace has to fit into the A tier. He is just such a solid card that there's no way you could have him lower. Also, I think I might I'm looking at the competition here, and I think I might move PJ Brown down to B tier. He's a little out of place, and we'll move Ben Wallace over here because he's a demon, man. Ben Wallace, the disrespect on him has been crazy because he's for sure one of the better centers, and same goes with Artis Gilmore at his pink diamond. We're ranking him on his pink diamond, and his pink diamond's insane. I love, Artis Gilmore. He gets gold rebound chaser once he goes to pink diamond. At diamond, he doesn't have it, and it is probably one of the most annoying things because you need 1,000 rebounds for his evo. But once you get it done, he's amazing. Post god, awesome rebounding, awesome defense. Love him. Alvin Adams, I'm going to throw into C tier. The thing about Alvin Adams is he's amazing at everything. That jack of all trades, master of none card that actually kind of hinders him. I feel like Alvin Adams has potential, I think, later in the year to be really, really nice because he has the Brook Lopez base, but doesn't have a three-point shot right now. He's kind of slow, and his defensive rebounding aren't amazing. He kind of just gives you some good finishing and some good playmaking. So it's a good midi, but right now, I think he's lacking a little bit. And this is our final centers tier list of 2K21 when it comes to the positions right now. Obviously, I'll be doing them again next month, but this is what we have. We got Nate Thurman, Kristaps, and George Mikan as our best cards, and these absolute stinkers down here in D tier. Let me know what you guys think about my list down in the comment section below, as well as like the video you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new on that road to 10K subscribers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video.